My sister tried to convince my husband that our unborn child was a bastard in front of 50 guests, all because I wouldn't let her pick the napkin colors. I wish I was joking. I wish this was a soap opera. But this is my life, and I am currently 9 months pregnant and mourning the loss of a sister who is still alive. Let's back up. My sister, Jade, has main character syndrome. Severe. If it's your birthday, she has a migraine. If you get promoted, she gets fired. So when I announced I was pregnant, I knew she would spiral. Immediately, she demanded to plan the baby shower. She sent me a mood board that was all beige. Beige balloons, beige cake, beige dress code. I told her, Jade, I'm having a boy. I want blue. I want fun. I don't want a beige aesthetic Instagram party. She lost it. She screamed that I was ungrateful, that I had no taste, and that I was robbing her of her auntie moment. So I fired her. I hired a professional planner. I told Jade she could just show up as a guest and relax. She went silent. For 3 weeks she didn't call, didn't text, didn't tag me in memes. It was peaceful, but my gut was twisting. I told my husband, Dave, she's planning something. Dave is a saint. He said, babe, she's just sulking, she'll get over it. The day of the shower arrived. The venue was beautiful, blue hydrangeas everywhere, exactly what I wanted. Friends and family were laughing, eating tiny sandwiches, touching my belly. It was perfect. Then Jade walked in. She wasn't wearing the blue dress code. She was wearing a floor-length white lace gown. She looked like a bride. She walked in with her best friend, Mia. Mia looked sick. She was pale, clutching her purse tight, looking at the floor while Jade waved at everyone like she was the Queen of England. Jade walked up to me, hugged me way too hard, and whispered, I have a surprise for you later. Everyone is going to be talking about this day for years. I pulled away. Jade, please don't make a scene. She smiled, a smile that didn't reach her eyes. Oh, I'm not making a scene. I'm just bringing the truth to light. I'm doing Dave a favor. I should have kicked her out right then. I should have trusted my instinct. But my mom was watching us like a hawk, ready to jump in and say, be nice to your sister, she's trying. So I let her stay. I sat down to open gifts. Dave sat next to me. We were happy. Then Jade grabbed the microphone from the DJ. She tapped it. Thump, thump. Attention, everyone, she chirped. Before we open any more onesies, I think we need to clear the air, because I can't sit here and eat this cake while my brother-in-law lives a lie. The room went dead silent. My stomach dropped to my knees. Jade stood in the center of the room, holding a manila envelope. She looked like she was acting in a bad movie, but the malice in her eyes was real. Jade, sit down, my dad said, half standing. No, Dad, she snapped. You guys always protect her, but I'm the only one who cares about Dave. She turned to my husband. Dave, I love you like a brother, which is why I hired a private investigator last month. Dave looked at me, confused. What is she talking about? I'm talking about the fact that the timeline doesn't add up, Jade said, her voice shaking with fake emotion. I'm talking about the fact that my sister was seen at the coffee shop with her ex-boyfriend, Tyler, 2 weeks before she announced this pregnancy. She ripped open the envelope and pulled out blurry photos. She started passing them to the guests at the front tables. I have texts, Jade announced. Texts between her and Tyler talking about the baby, talking about how they're going to pass it off as Dave's because Tyler doesn't have a job. I felt the blood drain from my face. I hadn't seen Tyler in 3 years. The photos she was passing around. They were from 5 years ago, back when we were dating, probably pulled from an old Facebook album I forgot to scrub. That's a lie, I stood up, my hands shaking over my belly. Jade, stop this. Those photos are ancient. Are they? Jade sneered. Then explain these screenshots. She held up giant printed poster boards. She had actually gone to a print shop, showing text conversations. Contact, Tyler. Message, don't worry, Dave is clueless. He thinks it's his, just keep quiet. The room gasped. My mother put her hand over her mouth. Dave stood up. He looked at the poster board, then he looked at me. For a split second, just a fraction of a second, I saw hesitation in his eyes, and that broke my heart more than anything Jade could say. Dave, I said, my voice cracking, you know that's fake. You know where I am 24/7. The numbers don't lie, Jade yelled triumphantly. She's a cheater, Dave. She's trapping you. This baby isn't a Smith, it's a Jones. She looked so proud. She was beaming. She had destroyed the party. She had humiliated me. She was the center of attention. That's enough, Dave shouted. Jade, get out now. I'm trying to save you, Jade shrieked. Look at the evidence. It's not evidence, a voice said from the corner. It's Photoshop. Everyone turned. It was Mia, Jade's best friend, the one who had looked sick earlier. Mia walked to the center of the room. She was holding her phone up. Mia, Jade's eyes widened. Shut up, don't say anything. I can't do this, Jade, Mia said, tears streaming down her face. I can't watch you destroy a family just because you're jealous she didn't let you pick the balloons. Mia plugged her phone into the DJ's aux cord. I recorded our FaceTime from last night, Mia said into the mic. I knew you were going to do this, and I knew nobody would believe me without proof. She hit play. Jade's voice boomed through the speakers. It was unmistakable. Jade, it's going to be epic, Mia. I used that app to fake the texts. It looks so real. Dave is going to dump her on the spot. She thinks she's so perfect with her husband and her house. I'm going to burn it all down. And then, when she's crying and alone, she'll need me again. Mia, but Jade, what about the baby? That's innocent. Jade, who cares? It's probably ugly anyway. I just want to see her face when Dave walks out. The recording ended. The silence was heavy. It was suffocating. Jade stood there, frozen. Her mouth opened and closed like a fish. She looked at Dave. She looked at our parents. She looked at me. It was a prank, Jade stammered, letting out a high-pitched, nervous laugh. God, you guys have no sense of humor. It was a roast. I was going to reveal it was a joke at the end. Get out. This time it wasn't Dave. It was me. I walked up to her. I was vibrating with rage. You wanted to ruin my life because you weren't the center of attention, I said, my voice low and dangerous. You are sick, Jade. You are evil. Mom, Jade turned to our mother, playing the victim instantly. She's being mean to me. Tell her it was a joke. My mother stood up. She looked at Jade. Then she looked at the floor. Jade, you need to leave. Jade screamed. She threw the microphone on the floor. She knocked over a vase of hydrangeas. Fine, be miserable. I hate all of you. She stormed out. Mia stayed behind, crying, apologizing to me over and over. I told her thank you. She saved my marriage. She saved my sanity. The aftermath was exactly what you'd expect. My parents came over the next day. I thought they were coming to apologize for raising a monster. Instead, they sat on my couch and said, She's in a bad place. She's mentally unstable. You have to forgive her. She's your sister. She didn't mean it. She planned it for weeks, I said. She faked evidence. She tried to make my husband leave me. But family is everything, my dad said. If you cut her off, you tear the family apart. She tore the family apart, I told them. And if you side with her, you're not seeing your grandson. That was 3 months ago. My son was born last week. He is perfect. He looks exactly like Dave. My parents are still blowing up my phone, telling me Jade is sorry and wants to meet her nephew. They say I'm being stubborn. They say I'm holding a grudge. I sent them one final text before I blocked them all. Jade wanted to leave this baby without a father. She doesn't get to play auntie now. I have a smaller circle now. It's just me, Dave, the baby, and strangely enough, Mia, we're happy. And the best part, my life is peaceful, no drama, no beige, just the truth. So if you have a family member who constantly crosses boundaries, believe them. And don't wait for the explosion to cut the wire.